Hey everybody, it's Joe from greenlightsound.com, and today we've got another mixing tip courtesy of Andrew Scheps, one of my favorite mixers out there. And if you know anything about Andrew Scheps, you may know that he used to mix on a Neve console and tends to favor Neve style EQs now that he's in the box. And we're going to use one today on snare drum. This is the Scheps 73, a Neve 1073 plugin. And of course, this is co-designed by Andrew Scheps along with the developers over at Waves. And basically what we're going to do here is create kind of a smiley face EQ. We're going to shave off a little bit of the low end, boost the body of the snare, boost the top end of the snare, and make it sound better than we started with. So here's the starting snare sound without any processing at all. I'm going to engage the plugin now. The first step is going to be to test out the high pass filter and see what frequency we want to set it at. It's either going to be 50 or 80. You just don't want to lose too much of the low end by pushing it up to 160 or 300. You don't really lose any of the body of the snare at 80, so we'll leave that high pass filter at 80 hertz. Get rid of any low rumble that we don't need. Then what we're going to do is boost the top end here. This is a set 12K shelf on a Neve 1073. So you're boosting that 12K until it sounds good. It usually ends up around the 7 to 8 o'clock range on the travel of the knob. So if this is 6 o'clock all the way on the bottom, just pushing it up a little bit. Now we set the mid parametric band to 7.2K right here and boost that usually around the same amount, maybe a little bit less. And at this point, it usually sounds not great because you're hearing all kinds of top end sizzle and no body. So we've got to add that body back in by putting this low shelf at 220 hertz and boosting that. And that really balances out the whole EQ. Listen to the difference when I just pop this low band in and out. Notice how all three bands of the EQ are kind of set in the same position. We're just adding a little 12K, a little 7.2K, and a little 220, along with that high pass filter on the bottom end. Now, I'm going to bypass it on and off as it plays. I'm probably going to have to bring the output down a little bit to level match because we're adding gain and not taking any away. So let me just level match first. So just check the EQ button down here. When it's lit up, the EQ is on. When it's not, the EQ is bypassed, and we'll see how we did. So real easy tip if you've got a Neve style EQ, and there's a ton of 1073 models out there. You don't have to use a Scheps 73. We can really use any Neve style EQ to kind of get this sound. And again, one more time, it is a high pass filter, either 50 or 80, a top end boost on the shelf at 12K, just a few dB, a 7.2K mid band boost, and a 220 hertz low shelf boost. And those three boosts in combination really helps your snare pop out. Another great tip courtesy of Andrew Scheps. If you have any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done so already, so we can keep you in the loop as to what's coming up next, and I'll see you in the next one.